Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. I recorded this like 3 months ago because I now lack the concept of time and also at like 4 in the morning, so that's why I might sound dead in parts of the video. Hello again everybody, NASCAR Fan 19 back here, and today we're playing F1 2020. Now, if you've been around this channel for a while, you might be wondering, are we going to be playing NASCAR Heat 5 since that came out recently? No. Screw that, we're done with NASCAR Heat. Beyond those games being absolute dog crap, I couldn't use the $50 vouchers that came in the last two games. In NASCAR Heat 3, I couldn't use it because the fine print that an ant can't read cut me off 2 days before I was going to buy tickets for Kentucky. And then in Heat 4, COVID happened, so it's completely worthless. So I've spent $100 on these games, wasted $100 worth of vouchers, and now Heat 5 doesn't have a voucher, and it's just going to be the same crap as the last year. So screw it. I'm done with Heat games. So we're moving on to F1 2020. Now, I'm not particularly a constant viewer of Formula 1. Please hold your booze. I'm not going to degrade F1. People can have their own opinions. I prefer to watch NASCAR. F1, I could have told you who won the championship before the season started. But I'm hoping that by playing the game, I'm going to be a little more into it. I think just having a little more interaction is going to be a lot more fun than watching it. I apologize again. You're allowed to have your opinion. I'm not going to slam you for it. Just my way of thinking. Anyways, let's stop with the negatives. Let's get into my team. Also, I haven't had contacts for the past 2 months, so if I don't have any prescription eyewear, I ain't gonna see crap. By the way, I did do a little bit of tutorial. I was just not going to go into this completely blind. Considering I've never played any of these F1 games, I didn't want to go into this without any knowledge. So I did play a couple test races, watched a couple of the tutorials. I'm going to keep learning as I go. I'm not going to start out super difficult, but I'm also not going to be putting myself on the pole and winning every race. I'm going to try to give myself a challenge to start off with, and then see if I need to progress upwards if necessary. Let's go with our general name. Little homage to our hometown. Yeah, primary sponsor. Oh wow, we got a lot. Have to keep those goals in mind. I mean, I guess the goals are bonuses, but I want a bonus I can achieve. 15 points in a season. I mean, maybe down the line, but that seems like a little bit too far away. Please, full season, that's easy. So, I mean, that's what to go to. It's a good weekly. It's just not going to pay a lot at the end, but, I mean, that's how it goes. 10 for better. I mean, well, that would mean we'd beat one team, at least. Are 10 teams even going to earn points? I don't know. Is Williams going to do that? Not certain 15 points is going to be achievable. I don't know if we can get 2 points finishes. At least not if I'm making it a little challenging for myself. Ultimately, I'd feel more comfortable just sticking with the completing the season, and then we see where we're at. I haven't played this game before. I just want to finish the season. I would like the series to continue more than 2 episodes. So let's stick with something low, and we'll see where we go from there. So we have 4 options here. Obviously, further up we go, harder it's going to be for us to afford it. I really don't want to go any higher than Renault. Honda, it's just a little bit worse, but it seems like such a big cost change. And it says it can be changed between seasons, so let's go on the low end. I know I'm being on cheapskate here, but I don't know what I want to look like financially. I don't want to screw myself over. Okay, so I guess these are all the free agents. I mean, obviously I recognize that name. I think I recognize Correa. Obviously, we got to think about contract cost, although it looks like it's either 1 or 1.5. Let's go with Correa. Put an American on our team as well. Got the 4.2 mil signing bonus, 2.3 on putting down a Honda, and Correa is going to cost us $1 mil. It's pretty slick to start off with. Is there anything that resembles an arch? Yeah, that's close. Let's start with this. Let's equip that. Well, I'm already getting achievements. I just kind of want to fit it into the team name. Well, I mean, the tunnel kind of assists in that. Doesn't really blend in too well, but it is what it is. Alright, so we have an option to choose our season length. I'm just going to go for the full 22 race schedule. I don't see a reason not to. Race distance. Not going to do 5 laps. 25 sounds good. And then driver level, let's put it up to, let's start at 50, and we'll see where it goes from there. We might bump it up by the first race. We might keep it where it is. But I mean, I basically ran everything kind of easy to start off with, so I feel like putting up to 50 would be a good place to start. Well, this isn't nerve-wracking at all. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, we're live in 5, 4, 3.
Hello folks, and welcome to the HQ of Formula One's newest team. We've been invited backstage to gain an exclusive insight into what could be one of the most exciting entries in the sport for many years. Now, we've seen a number of new teams enter the sport over the last decade, amongst their number Manor, Caterham, HRT and of course Haas. And while some have proved to be successful, others have morphed into different teams and some have disappeared completely. What marks this team out, though, as being something different is that its owner is also its driver. Now, there's a rich history of that in Formula One too. Sir Jack Brabham, John Surtees, Graham Hill and Bruce McLaren all drove their own cars in the sport, but it has become increasingly rare in recent years. What's very special about this team, though, is that while the team itself is new to Formula One, so too is its driver and owner.
Whatever happens this season, you've already made the history books. Tell me, do you feel up to the mammoth task of both managing and driving for a Formula One team?
I go with the left option.
Every team needs 2 drivers, but what was it that drew you to your teammates?
They were the highest rated at the lowest cost. I'm going with the bottom answer. That seems a little forward. Gonna go with the top option. It's a little too simple,
no
but
one aims to finish
it
bottom
seems like
of
the
the
best.
table. Who's the team you're aiming to beat?
Oh wow, you're really putting me on the spot. The only team I know is well, I know Haas, but I know Williams is the bottom tier. Surely this is gonna become a rivalry for me, so I had to choose a team I'm actually gonna beat. Let's go with Haas. I'm sure they're gonna tell me that I have to beat them now.
How are you expecting the car to feel out on track?
Let's go with the top option.
The other teams now have years
that.
of experience, both on and off the track. How are you planning to catch up to them?
Gonna go with the right option. I figured that was gonna relate to our
Overtaking
R&D.
is a key part of this sport.
Just trying to see which one
How
would
have
be
you
best for
ensured
us.
that your car can take advantage of each opportunity that comes your way?
Let's go with the top option.
And finally, which of your new departments are you most proud of?
Really, you're gonna make me pinpoint one? Well, since I haven't had any chassis acknowledgement, I might as well go for them. Because I think I've highlighted every department, other department.
That's about all we've got time
the other
for
answers.
here. We will see how this fledgling team fares in its first Grand Prix.
Okay, great, thank you. That's a wrap.
All right, so we have $900,000 in the bank. So February 25th, we've got about 2 weeks to the Australian Grand Prix. Well, I'm glad we picked Haas instead of Williams. I mean, I guess we're going to be hopefully somewhat competitive to them. Although that's going to be a little bit on me to actually do something. We've got an activity on 6, it's going to be car reveal. So we can do a 7 here. We can do a 5 right after the 6th, the car reveal. So if we choose either one of these, we're focusing on one more than the other, but that also kind of brings the morale down on the other 2. But I mean, hopefully we'll get a chance to work on the other one at some point. I'd like to focus on power and durability for now. Out of all these options, I'm liking the driver training camp most. I'd like to get those research or resource points up. If some guy named Carl ever sends me a message that says, "That new car smell," I'm running. Oh yeah, boss-like. Purple and that. And not really a fan of that number font, though. Did I have the... I don't remember having the opportunity to change that. I mean, I chose a number, obviously, but I don't remember changing if I could change the font. Was that it? Did I really just do that? I already saw the car. I built it. Alright, it is time to go racing. Let's do this. I already saw the tire allocation. I hope it's the same. Alright. What's up, crew? Oh, look at those charts. Charts and graphs. I can totally tell what all those say. Nice hands. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Practice 1. And yes, I am using a controller. My iRacing wheel isn't going to work on this. And I'm not going to buy a wheel if I don't know how long I'm actually going to get through this game. So just deal with it, please. I just want to do my own thing.
Our journey to the Constructors' Championship starts here today, and the car is ready to head out whenever you are.
We ain't winning the Constructors' Championship.
Okay, your goal is to get through as many corner gates as quickly and precisely as possible.
I'm already off to a bad start. Gonna have to work on the braking. Gotta remember my DRS. Okay, here's our gates.
Approaching the DRS zone, watch your MFD for the activation point.
Ah! Jesus. What? What did I miss? Okay, well, I obviously missed that one. I'm struggling. Okay. Let's retry this. I'm not off to a good start. Allow me. This is my first time. I mean, not my first time, but first time where it matters on a video. Dang it. Ow.
Be careful with the front wing.
Trying. That came in a little quicker, but whatever. Trying to work on my DRS activation while I'm at it. Gotta remember where those are on the track. Barely clipped that one. I overshot that one. Sorry, how did I fail at that one? I went right through it. Just hit the same wall again. I clearly can't. In normal circumstances, I wouldn't be that close to the wall. Like that. You know, a few seconds behind. I would say I'm probably in a difficulty that's gonna challenge me a lot, especially if I do stuff like that. But then again, I'm aiming for points that I'm not going to be aiming for in the race. All right, we're stringing some purples together, and blew it. Sounds like me and I racing. Say something and then immediately screwed up. That was a little bit stressful. A few good zones, and they're mainly in the back part. 6 and 7 are throwing me for a loop, so I can earn more points by doing the rest of these tasks. You know what, I'm going to do these, but I'm going to do them off camera, just so I don't get myself caught up in more editing.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You really went all out in practice today. Are you testing new components?
Alright, I was just in the middle of sessions and I just got an interview question. You really went all out in practice today, or are you testing new components? So top option.
You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip?
I want to say I'm just a bad driver. I feel like if I make one of those top two options, it's gonna drop morale. Just I don't know.
Well, that's everything.
I just drove like crap. So we'll see. So in practice 1, I ran P9. In practice 2, I ran P1. Granted, I was doing a qualifying trim thing. So I boosted the AI level from 50 to 55 that session. I'm going to bring it to 60. So we're going to progressively increase, see where we go, see if we can get ourselves to a level where we're not just blowing by the rest of the field. Obviously, if we get caught up a little bit more in traffic to start the race, we're probably not going to blow right by them, but let's try to finish where we should be as a new team. Alright, we are in the qualifying mode, completed all of our sessions. Now we're going to see what we can do when it actually counts. Let's be a little faster on the DRS. So we're up to 60 now. I forgot to change it for the last session. I think we're top 10 again, but now we actually are in 60. So hopefully we don't blow right by everybody. Already screwed up the corner, so probably only going to run one lap, so that's if... Okay, he's going to let me by, thank God. So I think I gotta rash my tires, so I'm not going to spend more than one lap on the track, if that's the case. It's pretty solid. 5th for now. Don't think everyone's turned a lap. We're sticking pretty stagnant in 8th. We might not... I don't think we need to even go back on track. At least not for this session. But we might be having a qualifying run that's a little faster than we should be. That sun's going down. Track's changing. Oh, it's perfect. Corner. A little rough on the tires, but we move. The shadows just throw me off a little bit. This track needs some lights. And we are in 5th. we're a little too good. Really needed to find our sweet spot, but I mean, if I spent all my time doing that, then I don't know where we would have been. Shadows are still throwing me off. I almost hit the wall. Honestly, maybe if I cost myself a couple seconds, I'll have a harder grid spot, and then natural order of things will be restored. So it's not gonna be. Okay, we're 2nd and 3/4 off of Hamilton, so it's not the worst thing I can think of. 9th, okay. I mean, obviously I would have liked to be a little further down, but I shouldn't say I don't want to be further down. I just think that where we are as a team right now, we should be further down. That would make it more realistic, but we'll deal with that. Hopefully we're able to jump into this workstation real quick and change it, because if we can't, then this is going to be a little bit awkward. I probably would have paid off on those points bonuses already. Let's change this up to, let's go 70. We'll see if that puts us in a little bit more of a realistic situation. And if we somehow get out of this race with points, we will bump it up a little bit more.
Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Verstappen, Alexander Albon,
he went for the
Leclerc,
hand on chin.
Iceman, and Lando
Iceman,
Norris.
yes.
Perez,
Got my
Raikkonen,
nickname because you don't have my actual name.
Stroll,
Oh man,
and
Correa, you're
Nicolas
back there in
Latifi.
20th.
Now, it's
I should
almost
probably be
time
back
for
there with you,
lights
but
out, so let's go down
I
to
didn't
the
choose the
track.
right AI. Okay, so we are gonna have to make a pit stop, and it's either gonna be we go from a red to a yellow or a red to a gray. So we're banking on this super softs lasting longer, but then using a harder tire later on. They're saying if I use this one, I have to drive more conservatively. I don't know if I have that in me, so I guess we'll stick with what we got. All right, here we go. We are off. First race in my team, Australian Grand Prix. Gonna try not to die. Shifting the line. Someone already off to my left side, and they're gonna get past me. We already have a caution somehow. Clear that. Okay, we're running 10th. Fine. Gonna save that ERS. Don't want to use it too early. It's a long race. 20. Nope, looking at the wrong side. 15 laps. Shot that corner. Well, I am losing ground to them, which is hopefully a combination of my inability to drive and my lack of car. Okay, I probably didn't need to brake that much. I just didn't want to get a collision. I mean, at least I'm out of points. That seems lifelike. Just about hit the wall there. Okay. You're new here, Lando, and I'm off track. Yeah, that seems about right. I figured I'd start making mistakes soon. However, if I can stay on track, should be able to use DRS. Oh, my teammate's catching up to me. Oh, okay. Teammate, you're there. And you've screwed me up. You've really screwed me up.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
I am getting freight trained. Do you mind? Jeez, you guys do not mess around. I think I've... Why? Why? I was there! At least my split has improved. If we can do that again in a second split. I'm getting away from Williams. That's good.
Gap to car in front is 3.0 seconds.
Thanks for the motivation, bro. Trying to see if I can catch up with gasoline.
The car ahead is beginning to pull away.
But he's suggesting that I'm not. When I do stupid things like that, I'm not going to. Okay, my brain faded a little bit there. We are going to flashback to here. That way I can take back my brake pump. At the same time I take back my complete loss of brain. So now we're 2 seconds away from Gasly.
Use your overtake button for more power. We need to push.
Okay, noted. Okay, he didn't tell me to pit, so I'm not going to pit. I'm hoping that it was just offering me the ability to, if I wanted to. I was waiting for a call from him. I probably will come down this lap. I'm assuming I'm going to get the grays, mediums. And I probably should fast, because I'm getting absolutely driven by. I'm trying to keep Cyans behind me. For now, at least. I'm going to pit right here. Guy didn't tell me, but I'm going to pit.
Is coming in for his stop.
Reserve. I didn't know where the pit speed started. I saw red and I got scared. Okay, so we're back in 20th. It's definitely a good learning experience. Trying to get the ropes down. Trying to figure out where I fit in best with the AI, and then from there we can make improvements to our program. Try to get faster. Then maybe see if we can increase later on. But if I keep doing stuff like that, it might not matter. See if I can track down Magnussen.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Okay, well that sounds concerning. Can I... Let's go to the bridge. Okay, I thought I knew what fuel mix did, but I guess I don't. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to run out of gas before this is all over. Oh, someone's died. That's Magnussen. He is out of the race. Gain a spot just like we get on iRacing. Just by sheer luck. Push up that corner. I'm focused on trying to save gas now. I need to start drifting into the corners instead of accelerating through them or braking hard. I need to start coasting. Make sure I make it to the start-finish line. Oh. Just gave him a lot of time there to Russell. I haven't been able to use DRS this entire time.
Gap to teammate ahead is 10.1 seconds.
Alright, well at least it's only 10 seconds. It's gotta mean he's somewhere in my vicinity of position. We are really gonna have to drift. We need to also need to make sure we don't give a spot to Russell. Bottas just took the win, and I'm still here trying to make sure I actually make it there. Okay, screw it. ERS. Take me to the finish line. I'm fine with 19th. Honestly, that's where I expect to be first race. I made a couple mistakes. Correa just got driver of the race. I expect to make a couple mistakes. I want it to be right where I should be when we're creating a team from scratch. That seems like a reasonable place to be at. So I'll take that result. It's a good learning experience. It's gonna try to learn some new things. Like I need to learn how to manage myself better throughout the race. I need to figure out what strategy is going to work best for me. I don't know if I really could have gained more if I had pitted a lap earlier. Pretty satisfied with how this went. Just need to learn to get a little better and try to manage what we can do with the AI the way that it is, because I would like it to stay at that point. looks like we might get to Tier 3. Solid. We got to Tier 2 while we were in practice. So, what is that? Is that another celebration? I'd like to be able to do something more than the one thing that I had. Mercedes at the top. Go figure. Grayson 15th. Solid. I'm in 19th. No biggie. I had a faster lap. ERS-wise, I was a little conservative at the start because I felt like I thought that they had mentioned that it was going to cap. Like, if I used it a ton, like, it wasn't going to go all the way back to max. I don't know if that was the case, or if I was just I just wasn't paying attention good enough. But I feel like this was solid enough, which I've said for like the 5th time.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. Why do you think you weren't as quick as your teammate today?
Just quickly answer these interview questions. Apparently, I didn't ask that to get that left option. I made a few mistakes.
It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
Not gonna say the left one. I was the one that was being stupid.
Appreciate your time.
Sure thing. Working our way toward our next acclaim. Our team-wise, though, combined, we got up to 2. God, I got that much damage that I had that much damage that I literally threw away half of my payout. All right, well, our next race will be the Bahrain Grand Prix. I've been doing this for over 2.5 hours, and I'm very tired. It's morning, if that says anything. I really had to record a lot today / yesterday to make sure that when I left, I would have stuff to post. So, if you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe. I will see you all next time, NASCAR Fan 19. Signing out.